Today, we're going to be rebuilding the new look Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are on the final ride with Aaron Rodgers, and they do have a little bit of an interesting additions this offseason that we'll go over. So let's go ahead and jump in and try to get the Steelers team another Lombardi. But before we get into today's video, YouTube does tell me about 83% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you do fall in the 83%, want to change that, that'd be greatly appreciated. So just a few days ago, as I record this, I think Aaron Rodgers finally committed to playing this year. I think everyone kind of knew he was going to, but he is someone that likes to drag things out at times. I don't know why, but that's just kind of how he is. So Aaron Rodgers is going to probably play his final season. It felt like last year was going to be his final year, but he's going to play again. Was pretty good last year. They've brought in Rico Dowdle. They've brought in Michael Pittman. Defense, they've brought in Jamel Dean. Asante Samuel was re-signed, and I think it might just be Jamel Dean. I'm not really sure. Did Brisker sign with this? Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize Brisker signed with the Steelers. That's actually a really, unless they, hold on, I need to double check that. I don't remember that signing. Yeah, he sure did sign with the Steelers. I don't even remember why. I don't even know why I don't even remember that. But Brisker's on the Steelers now as well. So they got a lot to like on this defense, which usually they do. And then, of course, they drafted Bernard, who's buried in the depth chart right now. But I think I might throw him at slot wide receiver right away. They got Ben Skoranek there right now. We can go ahead and put Bernard as a guy that'll play immediately. So let's do that and get that done here for year number one, because I do want him to have a big role, because he'll be kind of our future guy here. He doesn't look very good the slot, but we'll put him there anyway. So 64 overall there. Aaron Rodgers should make him good anyway. So let's go ahead and summate to the end of year one. If you look at it, we have an 81 overall with a 77 offense and 87 defense. So as they say, defense wins championship. So more than likely this team is maybe going to make the playoffs, but I guess we'll see. And then obviously this will be Aaron Rodgers' last year, you would imagine. So we really have to discover, are we going to start Drew Aller, Will Howard, or are we going to be bringing in a new quarterback? We shall see. And at the end of the season, unfortunately, we do not make the playoffs. We finish up at 6-11. So Aaron Rodgers' last year will not be a playoff game, or last game, I should say, because more than likely he's done after this. But offensively, we're 25th in the NFL, so nothing crazy there. You'd imagine defensively we were decent. Yeah, we were 5th on defense, but offense didn't really matter. Aaron Rodgers 18-12, so not a very good year. Rico Dowdle with 13 touchdowns, 890 yards. DK Metcalf, Michael Pittman, Bernard only had 240 yards. So I imagine that maybe it feels like Skoranek still played over him despite me moving that. So that's kind of interesting. Defensively, TJ Watt, and I mean, there was a lot of good. Alex Highsmith, Cameron Hayward, all had really good seasons. So that's great, but unfortunately, we were just really bad. So we know our defense is strong, which is a good thing, but obviously we got a lot to work on the offense, specifically at quarterback. So let's go ahead and get in the offseason. Apparently, we may have negative 17 million, but I imagine that might change. So let's go ahead and get into the offseason and see what we can do to upgrade this offense a little bit further and try to keep the defense intact as much as possible as well. So of all teams that could be making it to the Super Bowl, we have the Giants and the Raiders. So it looks like Cameron Hayward and Aaron Rodgers are walking away, but Jackson Dart and the Giants win a Super Bowl. You had Mahomes get an MVP, Liam Cohen, Coach of the Year, Devonta Smith, Offensive Player, Josh Allen on the Jaguars, and then Fernando Mendoza wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Ruben Bain is Defensive Rookie of the Year. So, yeah, pretty interesting stuff there. So let's go ahead and take a look, though, at all of our retirements. So Aaron Rodgers and Cameron Hayward, I guess, are the only ones. Everything else, yeah, so it's just those two. Okay, so we have 34 million to work with. We'll see what we can do to re-sign guys, but more than likely, you'll probably see me start Drew Aller or Will Howard next year. So we have Joey Porter, Brisker, Patrick Queen, Benton. Oh, we got a bunch of starters sitting here, so definitely going to be an interesting free agency period for us. So let's go ahead and start off with Joey Porter. I definitely want to keep him around. Him and Jamel Dean seems like a decent duo to have together going forward, so we'll go with that. Jaquan Brisker was a nice addition. He only signed a one-year deal. He's up to superstar. Devitt has no interest in coming back, so more than likely he'll be leaving. We can get Patrick Queen potentially back, which I would like to do if we could. He says no, though. Okay, so Patrick Queen's going to leave us. I guess I could throw an offer. I mean, Benton I wouldn't mind keeping as well if we could, so we'll throw him an offer. He does stick around. Okay, so Keanu Benton's going to stay. That leaves us with like little to no money to work with after that. So yeah, like I said, more than likely, unless we get like one of the quarterbacks to fall to us, I don't think you'll see me drafting quarterback. We'd probably have to let Will Howard or Drew Aller start next year. So let's look at the team salaries, though. That's what I was looking for, to see if there's like any obvious cuts here that we're not thinking about. So Ramsey's got 2 years left. Highsmith. Okay, so yeah, there really isn't any that stick out to me like, oh yeah, we need to release this guy. So yeah, no, that's not there. So all right, let's go ahead and just get into free agency. We're probably not going to be big players in free agency, obviously. So let's take a look at the lineup, though, to kind of see what we... I guess we have 17 million now, so something must have changed. Okay, so here's what things look like. So yeah, Drew Aller, Will Howard are your quarterbacks. So one of them is going to start, and it looks like it'll be Drew Aller because of obviously him being the higher overall. I like our wide receiver room, and our running back and our tight end isn't bad either. Offensive line could use some depth, but I mean, technically we have a full starting offensive line, so that's nice. Which, yeah, so we'll take that. And then defensively, yeah, still a lot to like over here with TJ Watt. We did lose one of our corners, but Everett jumps in. We have Deshaun Elliott. So honestly, and all, you know, despite losing everything, we just basically need depth. We still have starters everywhere. The biggest question is how good will Drew Aller be? Now, I did run Steelers playbook in year one, so more than likely we'll have to change that because obviously this didn't really work out. We'll keep the defensive playbook the same though. It was really good defense. But yeah, McCarthy wasn't really anywhere else last year, so I don't think he was anyway. So there really wasn't a playbook to run that would have made sense. But we'll change that going into year two. So with us not being big players, well, I guess we have 17 million now. So I probably won't spend money though, because we need to fill out depth more than anything. So you'll probably see me fill out depth. That's about it. And then we'll draft and try to hit on these draft picks to put this team in the right spot. But yeah, we're going to need an offensive line depth, and then we're going to need some defensive line depth, and maybe even a linebacker somewhere as well. The only guy I'm bringing in is going to be DeMarvion Overshown, so we're going to take him to replace Patrick Queen, who left us, so that's about it. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the draft. So with the round one pick, I think I'm going to take Justin Scott to make our defense even stronger here, so he's going to be probably one of the better D tackles we could take in this draft. Dante Moore almost fell to us. Unfortunately, he is only 35 in true value, but I still feel good about him. But yeah, Dante Moore got taken by the Cardinals. If he would have fell to me at pick 6, more than likely, I would have taken him, but unfortunately, we missed out. So Drew Aller will be the starter next year, and we'll have Justin Scott as our first addition to the draft. In round 2, I'm going to be taking Amaris Williams here out of Georgia. We have really good edge rushers, but this is the best player available on the board right now, in my opinion. So we're going to go ahead and take him. 49 true value, got him at 38, so another pick I feel good about. Then we know we need some offensive line depth here, so this guy will not be hidden dev, but he might be the best offensive lineman available here in round 3. So we're taking Trevor Gooseby here, and he's going to be 137 true value, drafted at 70. So not a great draft by any means so far, but I feel pretty good about the first 2 guys we brought in to make our defense even stronger. So overall, this is what the draft looks like coming out. So we got a 76 overall D tackle, 75 edge rusher, 72 left tackle, 70 linebacker, a tight end, another defensive tackle, and an edge rusher as well. So a lot of things added to the defense. The only thing we took on offense, I guess it was 2 guys, you know, a tight end and a left tackle. So let's go ahead though and take a look at the lineup. I think the biggest thing that this offense can improve is just a new playbook. I think if we get a new playbook, things should be fine. Now obviously Drew Aller will start, so we'll see what that looks like. But if we take a look at it, so if we look at this lineup right now before we get into the regular season, here's what you got. So you have Drew Aller, Rico Dowdle, DK Metcalf, Bernard, Michael Pittman, Firemuth, Fatanu, McCormick, Frazier, Dunker, and then Max. And then defensively, you have Jalen Ramsey, Highsmith, Amaris Williams, Overshown, Peyton Wilson, TJ Watt, Elliott, Jamel Dean, Kent, Everett, Joey Porter, Joseph Day. Scott, I want to throw in there right away since we drafted him so high. So defensively, I'm not changing anything. Playbook's going to stay the same, and the scheme's going to stay the same. But as far as offense is concerned, if I'm starting Drew Aller, we have a decent running back who's a superstar, Devin Rico Dowdle. What is the offense we should run this year? What are we thinking? I'm kind of feeling we could just run KC's playbook and hope for the best here. I don't hate that because we have Firemuth. KC's sounds okay. We could go Dable's playbook. They just made it to the Super Bowl very early here. I mean, anything is better than what we had, I imagine. So, you know what? I'll run with Giants playbook in year 2 since they just made it to the Super Bowl and won already. Let's run with Brian Dable's playbook and see what that can do. So, Drew Aller, hopefully can have a good season. Let's get in there. Let's see how we do. And hopefully, year number 2, Drew Aller shows us something. And maybe we could sit here and be like, okay, we have our quarterback going forward. Well, would you look at that? A simple playbook change in offense changes our fortune. Now, crazy enough, we went 13-4 and did not win a division. So, obviously, the Bengals or the Ravens, maybe even the Browns beat us out. No injuries report either, but no, the Ravens, of course, are the team that edges us out here. So they go 14-3. We finish up at 13-4. So I think it's safe to say we may have found our franchise quarterback, assuming that he is a big reason on why we were so good. But let's take a look at the stats to break it down. So offensively, 18th in NFL, so a lot better than last year, obviously. And then defensively, we were 6th in NFL, so the defense continues to be strong. 33-13 from Drew Aller, which is fantastic. 12 touchdowns, 1,005 yards from Rico Dowdle, 1,000 yards and 16 touchdowns from Bernard, which you love to see. Michael Pitt with 997 yards, 900 from DK Metcalf, 500 from Pat Freiermuth. So very good season all around there. Sacks wise, TJ Watt has the same amount of sacks as last year, 16.5, 9.5 from Peyton Wilson, 9 from Highsmith, 7.5 Benton, and then our first round pick did not record a sack, which is a little disappointing, unless if I'm missing it, but I don't think I see him. Okay, yeah, he didn't. All right, interceptions though, 2 from Jalen Ramsey, 1 from Wilson, 1 from Overshown, 1 from Elliott, 1 from Dean, and 1 from Joey Porter. So let's go ahead, get in there and play the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road. Should be a fun one. Let's see if we can come out here and get a playoff win on the road, even though we went 13-4. Kind of crazy. We're going to go play a road game, but here we go. So here we are at Everbank Stadium. The Jaguars are our opponent. So let's see if we can come out here and win this as we get off to a 7-0 start. And so far we are looking good, and we will go up 14-0. Jaguars seem to have no answer for us so far. Sean Elliott gets a big interception. We go into the half with them scoring nothing, but they do get a field goal out of the half. And okay, our offense has slowed down, but our defense has not. Cam Little misses a 62-yard field goal. There we go. We get something up there. 17-3. I think it's safe to say. Oh, hold on. It's not safe to say just yet. 3 minutes and 56 seconds left. Can we put them away on this final drive? And okay, we did. We kicked a field goal to make it a 10-point game. But just like that, we'll beat the Jaguars on the road 20-10 to win our first playoff game of the video. So that is awesome. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats to see kind of how it broke down. So Drew Aller in his playoff debut had a touchdown and no pick. Trevor Lawrence had an interception. Of course, we saw to Deshaun Elliott. Ahmad Hardy was the running back. Rico Dowdle had us 56 yards in this one. You had Brian Thomas lead the way. DK Metcalf with 49, 47. So nothing crazy here, but you had Basal Tootin catch a touchdown, and so did Pittman. Defensively, sacks-wise, 1.5 from Wilson, 1.5, and then 1, and then half a sack from some guys as well. And then Elliott, as we know, got the interception. Okay, let's go ahead and get into divisional round. I assume we'll see the Ravens here soon. I don't know if it'll be in the next round, but hopefully you can find a way to play them at some point, if that means getting to the AFC Championship, but let's see. So here we are, as I kind of expected. We're playing the Baltimore Ravens on the road. I kind of figured this would be our next matchup, and it is. So this is going to be a classic one, as we all know. Steelers and Ravens, they absolutely hate each other. Playing each other in the playoffs here should be a fun one. So let's see how it goes. 0-0 so far. Drew Aller, starting for us here. Can he get it done? And that's 3-3. So both defenses playing well, which is what you'd expect. Joey Porter gets a big pick on Lamar, though. And we're up 10-3. Score off the turnover. But the Ravens do tie it up 10-10. And they're going to take the 13-10 lead before the half. And, okay, we got to stop there. Need a response. And we get one. There we go. 17-13. Defense gets us a stop again. And the Ravens will make it a 1-point game. 17-16. This is a close one. I'm curious to see how this next drive is going to go. And we will go down and put up make it a 4-point game. And just like that, we have beaten the Ravens on the road in a divisional round, which is just fantastic. So Drew Aller, in his first year as the starting quarterback, is getting us to the AFC Championship game. What a movie, what a show that we're watching right now. But yeah, 2 touchdowns, 154 yards from Drew Aller. But what a gutsy road win he just got in the playoffs on a Ravens team. Lamar Jackson had no touchdowns to throw us that interception from Porter. You had a touchdown from Lamar on the ground, though. Receiving-wise, Andrews did his thing. Zay Flowers did his thing. DK, 44, had a touchdown, and Freiermuth had a touchdown. So that's great. Defensively, sacks-wise, 2.5 from TJ Watt, 1.5 from Justin Scott. So our first-round pick showing up in the playoffs. Love to see it. Zion Young, of course, one of the Ravens picks as well, had a good, decent game with a sack there. And then Joey Porter with just a beautiful interception. But hey, we're on to the AFC Championship game. Let's go see if we can go win that thing while we're there. And now we go on the road to play the Kansas City Chiefs. This one will be the toughest one of them all. But hey, we just got a really good road win on the Ravens. So I feel like we have a chance here. If we win this game, we're getting to the Super Bowl already in this video. So let's go ahead and see if we can make it happen. So 0-0 start things off, of course. We're up 7-0 just like that. I saw Trust Ways on the Chiefs. That made me throw up a little bit as a Commanders fan, but 14-7. And, okay, it's 21-7. Damn. All right, we're off to a bad start in this one. 21-7. Can we get back in the game potentially? Or the Chiefs just kind of going to be too good for us? If we score here, nah, it's 24-7. I think it's safe to say we've made it to the AFC Championship game, but we've lost. So, hey, you know what? It was a good run. We made it all the way here. Had to feel pretty good about that. 24-7 loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, the Chiefs will be one of those teams that, yes, they did have a down year, but they'll probably be back with Mahomes. I think we'll be just fine. Drew Aller didn't throw a turnover or anything, but 3 touchdowns from Mahomes. So our defense in this game really didn't matter. Our defense was our strong suit, but unfortunately this one just didn't really have that. But okay, it's fine. You know what? We have a lot to build on here. Hopefully Drew Aller will go up to star dev as well. But it looks like we have our franchise quarterback, which is something the Steelers have been searching for quite some time since Big Ben retired. So let's go ahead and get into the offseason and continue to build here. So the Chiefs ultimately did go on to win the Super Bowl. They beat the Lions 28-21. Mahomes won Super Bowl MVP. Jamar Chase, Mike Vrabel, Joe Burrow, Brian Burns, and your rookies of the year were David Stone and Ahmad Hardy. So obviously we ran into Ahmad Hardy in that game against the Jaguars. But $49 million in cap space. Let's go ahead and take a look at our re-signing and what we got to do here. So 15 players to negotiate with. We have Zach Frazier, Alex Highsmith, Rico Dowdle. Definitely some important ones for sure. There is some important ones. There are some starters here. So let's go ahead and start off though with Frazier. Center is an 87 overall, so absolutely want to keep him if we can. So that's done there. We have Alex Highsmith, who, yes, we've drafted some edge rushers, so technically we could afford to let Highsmith go, but man, he's been good. I want to keep him if we can. So Highsmith, we're going to stick around or keep him as well. Rico Dowdle has been our starter. Troy might leave, but we did draft an offensive lineman, so we might be okay with letting him go. Wilson is up superstar dev, so part of me wants to keep him as well. I'm going to, because he was pretty good last year, so we're running into some money problems. I don't think we'll be able to keep Rico Dowdle. Maybe you see me draft a running back in round 1. Of course, there's Caleb Johnson still on this team as well. Kind of forgot about him. We'll see if year 2 is something for Caleb Johnson. I guess our other running backs are free agent too with Jalen Warren. Well, Caleb Johnson, you might get a chance to start unless I find a new running back to replace you. But let's go ahead and take a look at our lineup with some of those guys that have walked. Because unfortunately, and Drew Aller, well, he's not up to star dev, which kind of sucks. He is an 83 overall, 87 morale boost right now. But Zach Frazier has moved over, so we need a guard to be brought in, which we'll do that in a second. But Gooseby, drafted him last year. It looks like he'll start this time. Yeah, we'll probably look to draft a running back in round 1 if we can, if there's a good one. So we need a guard at some point. And then defensively, Overshown's up star dev, but overall, defensively, other than maybe strong safety, yeah, you got to like what we have here. So a lot to love on this defense. Plenty of depth, plenty of guys to like. So, okay, we need a strong safety. We need a guard. So let's take a look at, I think we got to get to the point where we restructure some guys. So unless we were going to trade someone. So Ramsey, I mean, yes, in theory, we could get rid of him. Pittman, DK, restructure him. We save 10 million. I'm going to do that. We need some money to utilize. So I'm going to restructure DK. Overshown, I'm going to... No, I won't in his. Let's see if there's anybody else that makes sense. Anybody else have a contract we're going to restructure? We already did DK. Porter, we just gave a deal to. We'll do him as well. That should give us enough to spend. Frazier, we just, re-signed, so I won't do that. But okay, and then Highsmith we just signed as well. Benton. No. Okay, so we have 24 million. I think we could get at least one guy in free agency to feel good about, so let's go see who we can find. Speaking of guys to bring in, I'm all in on Jahmyr Gibbs if we can get him. Detroit has let him hit free agency somehow, and now, yes, like I said, I did want to come in here and sign some other things. So, like, if we look at guards, we could find one in the draft, I'm pretty sure. And then safety, we could probably find one in the draft as well. There is, Nick Cross would be solid. He has we'll see if he signs. We could bring in Elliott or Kyle Duggar, who played on the Steelers as well, but obviously Jahmyr Gibbs would be a home run if we can get him. Sign me up, please. Get Gibbs on this team to make this offense even more elite. No, we didn't get him. Gibbs chose the Chargers, didn't he? Or he went to the Cardinals? They have Jeremiah Love. What are we doing, man? Are we serious? Come on, bro. They did not get Jahmyr Gibbs on their team and then have Jeremiah Love as well. That is so irritating. That's the running backfield you want? Jeremiah Love and Gibbs? That's just insane. That's just overkill. Whatever. It is what it is. Gibbs would have been freaking awesome, but we didn't get him. Okay. Well, if Nick Cross is still available, which he is, we're going to go for him now. Now, unfortunately, he's not even interested in coming here, but I do want to get him with him being only 26. We are up there, so we'll see if we get him. I guess we can kind of address the guard problem right now and then kind of just draft a running back in round 1 if we can. Just give me Austin Corbett. I guess Jennings Dunker is the right guard, so let's get a left guard instead. Left guard, we can grab Chris Paul or Broderick Jones, who was just here, obviously. Or, yeah, Chris Paul, I guess I'll just give a deal to. Just in case we don't find a guard to draft to be better than him. Okay, so we're not going to get him anyway, so no, that's fine. Nick Cross, we get you. I'd feel decent about... Wow. All right, well, we didn't even get him either, so we've missed out on both of what we wanted. Deshaun Elliott, I mean, you did have a big interception in the playoffs. I'll just bring you in then, and then that should be what we need. He'll be... Yeah, okay, hey. We missed out on Jahmyr Gibbs, which is just so stupid. Like, I don't understand why he went to the Cardinals with Jeremiah Love there. But let's go ahead and get into the draft, and let's see if we can find a running back to slam in round 1. So I guess in round 1, I'm going to be taking Bo Jackson late in this first round. We need to bring in a new running back, so we're going to do that here with Bo Jackson. Got him exactly at his true value. Obviously, we tried for Jahmyr Gibbs. We missed out, so Bo Jackson, welcome to the Steelers. So instead of drafting with our 3rd round pick, we're going to actually send a trade over to the Saints to acquire Avila for a 3rd and a 4th. So we're getting a brand new left guard. 28 years old, 81 overall star dev left guard. So we're bringing him in. We still have a pick here to make in round 2. Didn't really like any of the offensive linemen on the board, so that's kind of why I made that trade. So now we kind of have a chance to take whatever we want here. So we could go with Rashad Johnson, which actually makes a ton of sense. If he's hitting dev, we'll probably do it. He is. Rashad Johnson's going to be the pick because Deshaun Elliott was kind of a last-second re-sign. And yeah, so overall, I think that was good. We don't have a 3rd or 4th rounder anymore because of that trade. So all right, let's go ahead and take a look at the recap, and then hopefully year 3 is going to be a good one for us. So 75 overall running back and a 75 overall strong safety. Honestly, you might start both these guys right away, even though we'll have somebody better than both of them over them. But I am cool with that because if they have the potential, we might as well just run with it and see what they can become for us. So take a look at the lineup though. 85 overall, 84 offense, 88 defense. We'll continue to hang our hat on how good our defense is. But this is what your offensive line looks like now. So Avila, of course, was the big addition on draft night. We are going to throw Bo Jackson in the fire right away. Drew Aller, 83 overall. Metcalf, Bernard, Pittman, Freiermuth, Brahmer behind him. Offensive line's looking as good as it could. And then defensively, we bring in, obviously, Johnson, which we're going to start him immediately. So Ramsey, Johnson, Porter, Everett, Jamel Dean. I mean, I like what I'm seeing. So hopefully we can kind of have a repeat of last year. 13-4 was fantastic. Made it all the way to the AFC Championship game. So I don't plan on touching anything. Let's just go ahead and get in the regular season. And let's have another good year. But this time, maybe complete our quest to the AFC Championship game and win it when we're there. And at the end of the season, we finished with one less win than last year. But we finished up at 12-5. And I assume that got us the bye, which is kind of wild. But nobody from the division made it other than us, which is good to see as well. And wow, the whole AFC, well, the AFC South was a joke. They finished up at 8-9 with the division winner, like I said, 8-9. But all right, let's take a look at the stats. So we have offensively 16th in the NFL. Drew Aller did his thing again. And then defensively, we have 16th in the NFL. So probably our worst finish on defense so far, but 32-12 from Drew Aller. Bo Jackson in his rookie season, 8 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. DK, Bernard, Pittman. So nothing too crazy on offense. Bernard didn't have like a year like he did last year. Defensively, TJ Watt continues to thrive. He's averaged 16 sacks every single time. 9.5 from Highsmith, 9.5, 4.5 interceptions, 2 from Peyton Wilson, 2 from Porter, 2 from Everett, 2, 1, and 1. So very good stuff, but let's rest during wildcard weekend. We don't have to play. So let's go see. We'll play in a divisional. I guess we can look at the playoff bracket as well. So we'll be playing, if the Patriots beat the Broncos, we'll automatically play them. But you got the Dolphins, Chargers, Jaguars, and Raiders. So could be the Raiders, could be the Patriots is my guess. But let's see. Or maybe even the Chargers if they win. So let's see who we're going to be playing in the divisional round. And I don't think we have any injuries, but we'll see. So it's the Patriots. They automatically did win. So they have some injuries. We do not. So hopefully that means we can go out here and win. I'm also going to go ahead and let's run these one of the most badass uniforms in the NFL. I feel like not these ones, sorry. The color rush ones that the Steelers have, these are so cool. So I'm going to run these. We're going to go see if we can beat the Patriots in the playoffs. So Drake May coming to town. I think this is our first home playoff game of the video. So hopefully we can take advantage of being at home here. So let's see if we can do that. We're up 3-0 to start things off, which is, you know, a decent start. Now we're up 6-0. I'd rather see 14, but the Patriots take the lead, but we take it back with a 13. They get a field goal here. 13-10. They make it a tied game before the half, and it is 13-13. Close game so far, but we're up by 3, 13-16, and they will take the lead 16-16, or sorry, tie it up, I should say. 7 minutes left in this game. Can we go out here and score? We do. We get a big interception or fumble recovery by Highsmith, and that is all she wrote. So we're going to win 23-16 over this Patriots team. Drew Aller gets it done again. He's been really good in the playoffs. Only 1 playoff loss so far. Of course, that was to the Chiefs last year. But 2 touchdowns, 210 yards. Drake May with a touchdown. And then they had a brutal fumble. I don't know who fumbled, but we'll figure that out. Bo Jackson with 60 yards and no touchdowns from any of the running backs or no rushing touchdowns. Pittman had a fantastic game, 96 yards and a touchdown. Coleman had 80 yards. Reynolds and DK Metcalf with 53. And Bernard with 1 touchdown as well. Romeo also had 1. Sacks, you had 1.5 from Redmond, 1.5 from Daquan Jones. And then, yeah, a bunch of guys getting a few sacks there. Who had the forced fumble on this team? It was Alex Highsmith. Apparently we fumbled as well. So Highsmith, I'm assuming that means he stripped Drake May. I would imagine that's what that meant. So I don't know if it's going to show you that. I guess it doesn't. Maybe in rushing it would. Drake May. Yeah, fumble, 1 fumble. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the AFC Championship game. We're back here again. Let's go win it while we're there this time, hopefully. I don't think the Chiefs were in the playoffs. At least I don't remember them being there. So we won't have to deal with them. No, but we will get the Fernando Mendoza Las Vegas Raiders here. So this one should be a tough one because we did see the Raiders make the Super Bowl in year 1. Snoop Dogg's getting the fans ready, though. We'd love to see it. Let's come out here and hopefully beat the Raiders as they're going to go up 3-0 on their first drive. But we will score 7 on our first drive. So that's a great way to start. 7-3 so far. I think we threw an interception there or something, but we go up 6-14. So all is good, at least to this point, and we're up 21-6. I think it's safe to say we have beaten the Raiders unless they get back in this game. But interception, Rashad Johnson, and guys, we are headed back to the Super Bowl. Wow, we are just killing the Raiders so far. 13-35, and just like that, we take them out with no problem, and we are heading to the Super Bowl in year number 3. So love to see it. 13-35 victory over the Raiders. Mendoza was in hell that game, it looked like. Let's see what his stats looked like. But 3 touchdowns, 82% completion percentage from Aller. So what a game from him. You had, interception from Mendoza. No picks, 19-23. What a great game for Drew Aller. Bo Jackson, 92 yards, but Caleb Johnson got both the rushing touchdowns. Ginty only had 32 yards. Receiving wise, Pittman had a great game. 1 touchdown for 125 yards, 7 receptions. DK also had a great game, 6 receptions, 81 yards, and a touchdown. Defensively, sacks, 3 from TJ Watt, absolutely getting back there. Highsmith also had 1, and then Rashad Johnson with the interception. So you'll have to see it, and we did have a forced fumble for Max Crosby. I'm assuming that was probably on Drew Aller. But okay, let's go ahead and get into the Super Bowl. We have gotten here finally, so let's go see if we can do exactly what we just did in this game, and then the next one. That would be beautiful. So the beautiful part about this run going into the Super Bowl is we have no injuries whatsoever. So we are pretty much healthy. We'll be playing the Atlanta Falcons here in the Super Bowl. Drake London is going to be an injured player for them. So that's a big loss on their part. But obviously they still have Bijan. They also drafted Bryce Underwood, who has been good for them. So should be a tough matchup here. But hopefully we are up for the task as we've made it all the way to the Super Bowl. 0-0. We're skip the Steelers another one. Already rich in Lombardies, but let's get them one more. Why not? So 7-3, and we will go up 14-3, and it is looking good for us so far. 21-3. It's safe to say that we've come out here, unless the Falcons get back in this game in any second now. They don't so far though. And okay, they're back in it now. 13-21. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left. I was just waiting for an excuse to jump in because I want to put this game away if we can. We're up 8 right now, which is always a good lead to have because you have that like 2-point conversion protection. But Bo Jackson, who's up to a superstar dev, which is fantastic. Love that. We're going to give him the ball to start things off. Nice run, and he is going to get us about 15 yards there. He has 76 yards on the day, so the Falcons have not been able to stop him. So I guess if running the ball has worked, then we're not going to go away from it. So we're going to go chew clock, just run the hell of the football, just bang this thing down the middle. Nice blocking again. This time, only 4 yards, but 4 yards you'll still take. Falcons have allowed 116 yards today on, maybe that's a run game, I assume. But yeah, let's go inside zone this time. Bo Jackson going to inside zone this to you. They're also bringing, guys up, covering up, playing man. This time, we get no blocking at all on that play. 3rd and 5. Okay. So we'll put this one in the air. I'm going to trust in, I don't even know who Means. Is that Bub Means? I actually have no idea who Means is, but he has a very important zig route that I'll be staring at. So let's see. Not there. So DK instead is what we'll go with. And that's going to get us a first down, which we needed. Love to see it. So technically, all we need is a field goal to make this a 2-possession game again. So even if we get nothing here, but, might as well just keep the ball away from them. Oh my gosh, we're going to have a touchdown. Touchdown, Bo Jackson. This is why we drafted him in round 1, and he will put this one away. 28-13, as long as the extra point is made. As long as the Falcons don't score here, this game should be over. And they did have a shot, but ultimately, this game is over. And I had so much fun there with Bo Jackson. Caleb Johnson's out here now, which is fine. Another good running back for us. But let's see if we can get another nice chunk. I tried to run away from the guy that was unblocked, but didn't work out. They're trying to get the ball back, but ultimately this game is over. So this is just for fun and semantics at this point. Bo Jackson back on the field. Let's see if we can get a nice run. Oh my gosh, could I be gone? Oh my gosh, I so badly wanted to be gone there. I'm not going to lie. But he has 135 yards in the day. We could just kneel this out now, which is probably the sportsman thing to do. So we'll go ahead and do that. So they'll have one more timeout to utilize, but ultimately, Bo Jackson will put this game away. We came in and just ran the hell out of the ball with them. So they'll call their last time out probably. No, they don't. They know it's over. So that's good. But all right. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We brought the Steelers another Lombardi with Drew Aller as the starter. Was not really expecting that necessarily, but I'm happy it worked out. So thank y'all for watching this rebuild. I'll see y'all in the next one. Comment below the next team you guys want to see. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.